says it's go time. It's go time. He says it's gonna happen again. I said, man, I'm gonna beat you.
Guys, riders here first. Video to Berto, please.
I'm not much of a talker, but if you're gonna push my buttons, prepare, because I will snap back.
And why do you think he did that?
Scared, mind games, probably insecurities. I don't know. I'm pretty secure with myself and who I am. So when the chihuahua barks, just let it.
In the first fight, what do you think are some of the adjustments you made for this fight? What's some of the adjustments you made for this fight?
You know, as far as adjustments go, I'll leave that to the coaches. Coach Danny, Coach Mario, and Coach Haas, you know, they know what adjustments I need to make. I just do as I'm told, you know, do as I'm said, and I just follow through.
You had a hell of a year. I mean, it was some amazing highs and some really lows. How do you assess 2011 when you look back at it?
You know, I didn't perform my very best against Berto for one, and against Floyd, I just gave him the respect and the benefit of the doubt that he was world champ. So therefore, he gave me a chance to at least, you know, get ready instead of having my hands down, looking away, and then hit. I just couldn't see that out of a world-class athlete. But I should have known, you know. The game can get dirty. You know?
So when you look back at 2011, was it a good year? Was it?
For me, it wasn't good. It was definitely a learning experience. It was a learning experience at its best.
Victor, our paper named it the fight of the year and also the round of the year for 6.
What did you do?
What does that mean to you? What do you get out of something like that?
You know, I'm just there to do what Coach Danny and Coach Mario, Coach Haas, and the man here says to do. I don't really go out there to try to make or pave my own way. I just kind of sit along the lines and prepare. And apparently it was a heck of a showdown, so I'm ready once again.
Can you compare the way you felt mentally coming into that first fight? You were like, had a chip on your shoulder, you were pissed off, you made a decision.
I feel just like I'm feeling now. Being counted out once again. Once again being counted out. Once again not the best of the best. Once again too nice. Once again, it's always everything about once again. You know what? I'll show you February 11th why Andre Berto belongs where he's at and why I made him belong. You know, I don't need to say anything more than that besides the fact that Berto no more.
You've had some time to reflect on the Mayweather fight now. What did you take?
You know what? I showed a lot of, in the ring, obviously, I didn't show any hurt, any kind of pain, per se. Got to the locker room, my coaches are there to witness it. I cried like a baby. I cried for easily 2-3 hours. Got to my room, I cried more. Why? Because I get to the pinnacles of the game. It's supposed to be against one of the best fighters of all time, which in my eyes, I strongly disagree. And if I disagreed then, I super disagree now. You know, it's just one of those things where you don't take a belt like that from someone. That's just my opinion, though. Everyone has their own. At the end of the day, it's just, it's a shame. So, what can you do? Go back to a drawing board, do what the coaches tell me once again, and get on the horse.
Is there any sort of comfort zone knowing that you handled it the way you did the last time?
There's definitely not. Every fight's different.
Yep.
It's a new fight, you know, new game plan. Whatever the coaches have in store for me, I'm all open for it and ready. I know he's hungry. He's hungry to get what he wants from me.
Is that why do you expect something different because he's in a different place?
Definitely is. Here's the thing, I am too.
Yeah.
First fight, I wasn't necessarily happy. Not even. I was satisfied at the fact that I captured the title. That was it. But I apologized to all my team in the locker room because I said, Coach Danny, Coach Mario, Coach Haas, Roland, I apologized. They said, for what? I said, I didn't perform at my best. Today was good enough to beat Berto. But if I got blamed for steroid usage on a 50%, I'll show you February 11th I'm not playing anymore. And, if I may add, I was at 140. I'm 147 now. I put on like a good 7 pounds of muscle. I'm good, I'm ready.
It should have been easier. How?
I just wanted to end it. You know, at least this time I have a referee, I'm sure that will be fair on both ends. The referee didn't count my first knockdown, which I thought was a little absurd. Second knockdown, he had to count it. I'm surprised he didn't call it a slip. But at the end of the day, I'm not done here. I'm just beginning. And with that alone, I'll stand for no less than a victory.
Do you see Berto bringing it to you this fight, or do you see him being a bit more tactical in his approach this time?
He can bring it. He can be tactical. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna come and do what I know I'm gonna do.
What have you learned about yourself over the last?
That I should trim up my hair, my sideburns a little better before I fight. I'm totally joking. There's a lot to be learned in life. I'm not done learning. Yeah, I've had my experiences at some very bizarre levels, but at the same time, I'm not done learning. I got a long way to go. I'm 24 years old. So.
Do you have a comfort zone now at 147?
Yes, sir. Definitely do. I don't blow up at all. I do my triathlons, my marathons between fights. I get nice and prepped. I'm going on my 3rd week of training camp, so.
Feel a lot stronger.
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm eating exactly the foods that the coaches tell me to eat. Once in a while, I cheat with the burger, but hey, it's life.
You gotta watch that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Go easy on the bread.
Yeah, no. Lettuce wrap.
Víctor, ¿qué tan difícil fue recuperarte de la última pelea?
Nunca perdí nada o sea, el día que perdí, yo supe mentalmente que no me ganó nadie. ¿Qué tal si me pegó? En mi opinión fue falso como lo hizo. O sea, una faja no se quita así. Se quita golpes cuando están listos los dos. Aunque no digan break, aunque no digan time, de todos modos, si es bueno un campeón, lo deja que se recupere, que se ponga listo. Porque yo sé que soy bueno, yo no dejo que se liste. Hay quien me espante. Nunca perdí nada de ánimo, ni nada como quien dice, nada de hope, porque no me ganó. Yo hasta el momento ahorita me siento campeón mundial. Pues por otra vez no respeto a alguien así como, pues con tanto respeto, pues. Yo como le digo, pensé al respetar a Floyd por ser campeón tan bueno en los ojos de otra gente, no me va a hacer eso, no me va a pegar cuando estoy no mirándolo, pues. Pero es algo fácil. Pero, ¿qué se hace, pues?
¿Hay algo que te gustaría comprobar en esta próxima pelea?
Esa pelea se quedó en lo pasado. Yo, a lo que diga Jorge Daniel García, Mario Aguíniga y Joe Janik, yo voy a hacer. Esta pelea que viene es otra nueva, es aprender de vuelta todo el motivo de pelear contra este. Es un rival nuevo, quien dice. I believe I gave him a little too much respect in that round, just to the simple fact that I figured to myself, you know what? He's been a great fighter for a very long time in people's eyes. I've always disagreed, and I still do. But at the same time, it's like one of those things where I kind of said to myself, you know what? Yeah, he's a good fighter. He won't hit me with my hands down. So, boom, like the ref's looking away, and I'm like, wait a minute, the ref ain't even looking. I finally look at Floyd, and he hits me, but I just kind of found that, maybe even if it was time in, it's like, dude, you're supposed to be world class. Like, at least give me 1 second. Like they weren't even looking. But it's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
Does surfing and being in the water enhance your punching ability?
I don't know about that, but I have fun. The waves are fun.
Okay.
I catch some big ones.
You know what? It's great for the balance. It's great for the balance.
That's good.
You're basically in the same position there, and you got to use your core and your leg.
That's good for your soul.
Yeah, and good for the soul, because boxing's monotonous. It's a lonely man's sport.
There's a lot of sharks in boxing, so you're in the sharks.
You gotta watch out for it.
On this rematch, and how do you think if it's going to differ at all from the first one?
They told me about fighting Berto, and I was all aboard, 100%. No complaints, no excuses, no nothing. I will stand for no less than a victory, that's for sure. And I'm prepared, 110%, which I'm sure he will too. So let's do this. Get the show on the road. On Showtime.
And Rolando, I want to ask you, both you guys, what do you make of these accusations about performance-enhancing drugs? Because when I see Victor, I see his training is very plyometric training. A lot of, the way he trains, you could just see his body type very natural way training.
It's basic human nature, right? Whenever you feel insecure and inadequate, the only way you raise yourself to feel insecure and inadequate is by putting someone else down. And I felt that's what was going on. You know what? He thought that we performed to such a high degree that we had to be on steroids. We don't need to be on steroids. You know, this game is tainted as it is, right? We're the new generation. We're trying to clean it, right? We're trying to clean it, make it you know, something fresh, something where the general public wants to come back in. So to do that, you know what? We just know that he got beat really bad. You know.
Yeah, so...
Let me ask you this, how was Berto in the amateurs?
You know what? He wasn't in my weight class, so I never... I saw him fight when he got disqualified in the Olympic trials, because I fought that the same day as well. But other than that, I actually could not sit here and tell you, like, oh, he's this and that, because he wasn't in my weight class. So I paid no attention to any other brackets besides the 132s. You know, I was a little guy. I mean, I still am, but...
Are you stuck at 147 now, or are you planning to go back down to 140?
No, 147 is perfect for me, you know. I eat breakfast, lunch, everything before weigh-ins. I don't struggle one bit. I have fun with it. I look like a Spartan.
Your fight with Peterson was very competitive.
Yes, sir.
What did you think of him last week?
Hey, man, he's a hell of a fighter. Lamont's a great person, good fighter, and you know what? At the end of the day, you can't do nothing but tip your hat to the guy. He went in there and he was hungry. Maybe people disagree with the decision. Who knows? Everybody has their opinion, but you know, I saw him just recently at the fights at Atlantic City with Andre Ward, and I congratulated myself. Congratulations, champ. Give him a hug, you know. I have no remorse, no nothing toward anybody. So he said the same thing to me. Vic, you're one of the most underrated fighters. I said, dude, thank you, bro. You know, I kind of have for a long time. That's why I'm a Tom Brady of boxing, man.
Great stuff.
You guys have any more for him? Last question?
They're making